Well, quickly let me come to you, Ms. Shashwati. In Delhi, things have gone terribly wrong for the Congress, and it's already showed in the assembly elections. Now, if you look at parliamentary elections, 7 out of 7, you have sitting MPs who are Congress MPs who could face the ignominy of defeat. How many of them will finally come back, we don't know. But even the opinion polls, all of them indicating that at least 3 or 4 will not come back, or more, we don't know, or all of them. But who will the seats go to? That is the big question. If you look at if you look at the Congress, then if you look at the AAP, one opinion poll giving them 3, another one giving them nil. If you look at BJP, one opinion poll giving them 3 out of 7. That's a very significant number. Congress with just 1. So which means out of 7, 6 will not come back according to one opinion poll. If you look at another opinion poll, Congress gets 4, AAP gets only 1. So how do you really look at this?
Okay, I think there are a couple of characteristics of Delhi that we must bear in mind when we talk. One is it's a city of migrants.
Okay.
Right, so they go from all over the country, and the national capital region again is not very urban. It's more suburban, rural, and therefore issues like corruption, issues like deprivation on all kinds of utilities, whether it's electricity, water, etc., those are all issues very close to their heart. Okay. And which is one of the reasons why AAP strategically chose Delhi, apart from the fact that it's symbolic of the center of the seat of power, the capital of the country. I think it was also a fertile ground for a party like AAP with its missionary zeal on corruption issues to work on, and that really worked well. But what has changed in the last couple of months between then and now is there is a certain disillusionment that has set in with the process that AAP has started. The logical end to that ought to have been a government which takes responsibility to make change. Okay, now AAP from there on has become a party of agitators. Even as government you agitated. But the expectation of people from a government is different, that they expect you to solve their problems, not add to their woes by traffic jams or this, that and the other. That is, I think that has been one very significant point where the population of Delhi reacts very differently to issues like this. Okay, because corruption is probably at its highest in the center of power. As far as the Congress is concerned, as every panelist will tell you, that there is a very serious anti-incumbency issue, anti-AUPA issue. But a couple of seats which the Congress had lost to, ought to have lost to Kejriwal, might not just go to Kejriwal only because of Kejriwal's 49-day performance. And therefore, it's not really a pro-Congress vote, but more an anti-AAP vote. So, effectively, AAP is facing anti-incumbency in Delhi. You know, I am surprised that the BJP has not been able to capitalize on that.
But BJP is doing well.
Yes, of course. It is
giving them almost half.
No, sure. It has definitely improved his position from 0 to, even if they get 1 seat, it's an improvement.
No,
but I would have...
vote share will also rise from the assembly elections.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Like BJP's vote share will see a significant rise from their assembly elections.
See, at the end of the day, vote share, no political party in the history of India has ever got 51% vote share. But people have ruled this country. So vote share translating into seats is a very different kind of arithmetic. You know, so vote share might increase if it ultimately does not send you into parliament to make a difference. And in any case, you know, in this particular case, I think there's one more thing that we must all keep in mind is there are lots of BJP senior leaders who are fighting for more than one constituency. So which means that you're already limiting yourself by those number of seats because you'll have to give up one.
Right.
Right. So even
another thing, Shashwati, we should consider, maybe AAP has made a strategic mistake from day one. Either after the election, when they won spectacularly, either they should not have formed the government. They should have stayed and gone for another election. Why did they play into the hands of Congress to prevent another election?
Baz, I really don't think they played into the hands of the Congress. It was a conscious strategic decision taken way in advance. Long before they even agreed to form the government.
My hunch is the Congress wanted to avoid immediate election. So before or along with the Lok Sabha election, so they thought Congress leaders must have assumed that they will completely lose Delhi. So if AAP form the government and bungle, that will be beneficial to Congress and they can come back.
No, boss, I
That,
think-
that
I
no,
think what-
another point we should consider is, see, maybe having formed the government, they should not have left it halfway in 49 days.
And secondly, see, when we see the Delhi politics, particularly, it works completely
Right.
different from state to the national. Completely, because Delhi is a small, it's a kind of a municipal kind of a state. It is not the complete state. And it's when elections were there, it was completely the municipal subjects which were dominated. And we remember all those surveys, and the people were talking it. Kejri for CM and Modi for PM. That was the slogan. It was very popular during those days. So I don't know how much we should take the conscious of these two surveys. One says, Congress is getting 4. That's it's by the Hansa research. I really don't know how much is the correct part of it. There must have gone something wrong.
Okay,
also.
quickly,
Right.
Mr.
Right.
Chakravarti,
But I
how
think
would
this
you
much
look
is
at?
clear, and we'll
how
all
would-
agree that
no,
AP has
quickly,
lost ground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks
let's
like
look
that.
at-
AP has
let's
lost the
talk
ground.
about
Yeah.
AAP was, straight away want to become an opposition leader and then get more publicity, and then without the bother of that, that sweat of doing administration, which is a very big thing which not many people are ready to do. So if you just ask them to come and sit here, no, I will sit there because it's easy there, and things like that. And straight away he made with that he could only fit for opposition and not for rabble rousing, only for rabble rousing and pointing mistakes, but not correcting mistakes. He proved it also in that. Even before taking swearing in, he announced 1 crore compensation for a cop. And then 4 days after swearing in, some cop was not transferred, so he just came to the street. This kind of thing, even though I wish, what he brought, he forming a government, giving a choice to entire nation apart from Congress and BJP, was something which I have not seen after 1947. I was not born then, but I think it's a very significant event. But now the joke the other day is, now I can't wear a Gandhi cap. BJP will come and hit me, assuming that I am AAP. That is the level of stupidity it has come
Intense
down
rivalry.
to.
But
No,
from
that-
what
that
the polls indicate, AAP has not been able to hold on to even the gains they made in sweeping the Delhi Assembly polls.
Absolutely,
They're going to give away half to BJP.
No, I think
But
on all
let
those
me- I
28
just
they are
need-
comfortable.
I just would like to bring in one slightly different dimension, that while AAP in itself may not be making a success out of its own beginning in Delhi, AAP is playing a very, very critical role this election. Because look at it from their point of view. They made corruption an issue. They raised several question marks on the UPA, and the Congress party is paying a price for it. Okay? Now, Arvind Kejriwal is the only man who has the bluster and the gumption to question Narendra Modi at every step. So they've decided that, okay, now that we've got, now it doesn't really matter whether Congress gets 50 seats, 60 seats. We are sure that they're not coming to power.
Quickly.
Now these guys are saying they're going to come to power. So let's train our guns on them. So effectively...
Quickly, can we ask one question to all the panelists? First, I'll ask you that question, Prithvi, Professor Prithvi. Now, when AAP really got 28 seats, everybody said they'd get 1 seat or 2 seats. Finally, it was 28. Are we underestimating AAP once again? Quickly, I want to ask you.
I don't think
Yeah, let's ask Professor Prithvi, do you think we're underestimating AAP again? As far as Delhi is concerned.
No, but we don't have enough data to conclusively answer that. But I just want to make one additional point to what has been said by your panelists so far, which is that it is fashionable to, it has become fashionable among the pundits to list the blunders and strategic blunders and mistakes that AAP has committed. But you should realize that Delhi government is a different beast, right? It has very limited powers, and even if AAP had a comfortable majority, it would have been still in this collision course with the central government, right? If they wanted to, if they were really committed to something like Lokpal, Jan Lokpal in Delhi, they would have gotten in confrontation with the central government. So that was the path that they were set on, and that was the politics that they had claimed for themselves.